Hey guys, welcome to another episode. This is one that a project that you guys have been waiting for a good while, and so have I. I'm actually going to I'm going to attempt to do my first self bow. So I have a couple of staves. I'm not sure if they're even going to be good because some of them twisted as they dried. So the first thing I'm going to do is use simply, it's not really a board, it's something I spotted. It's an 8-foot length. This goes all the way to the top. 8-foot length of, I think it's about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches of hickory. It has really thick growth lines, so you see the heartwood is really thick, so it should make for a pretty forgiving attempt. So, and I read that hickory was quite a really good wood to start with, because it tended to, even if you did cross over a little bit, it tended to forgive mistakes. So either way, it'll be a learning experience. So I'm going to make just a simple longbow. I'm not sure if there's anything, if that even exists, a simple longbow, because for me, since it's the first time I'm trying it, I've read a lot of articles, and I've kind of skimmed through the Bible. It's just that the Bow's Bible is quite extensive. It's an amazing amount of information, and I'm sure if I wanted, like, once for me, I just want to throw myself into it and see what happens. So even if I draw it and it breaks apart a billion pieces, as long as I survive, at least it'll be a learning experience, and from that I could probably go and read the book and it'd make more sense to me. I'd rather screw up and do it. I'd rather do it and screw up than just sit around reading books for 3 months and then constantly worrying about whether or not this is going to actually work. This is my way. So the bow that I've been using for years is this beautiful. I'm not sure if I ever actually showed this in any video, but it's an ash recurve longbow, and it's about a 45 pound. So, which is perfect for me because I don't have the muscle tone to of a real bower. So I don't practice every day. I don't shoot every day. So for me, just this weight and just for is perfect. So this one's that has a stiff handle, I think it's called. Correct me if this is going to be a pretty technical project, so I'm probably going to get a lot of these terms wrong. If I do, you can always correct me in the comments. So if I look at this one, we see that there's a layer of wood here that they probably crossed over, which is fine, and there's a layer on top here that you see, and then right under here you see that there's a separation. This looks like it was stuck onto it. It's either stuck onto it or it's just really the original piece. But basically, we see that they successfully used one. I don't want to keep saying layer. The one growth ring, the whole way. Okay, so that's going to be our attempt. That's what I'm going to attempt to. I'm not sure. I'll see as the bow progresses to see how this wants to shape. But I'm not like, this is a kind of a flat bow. I'm not sure if it's going to end up being flat, or my idea was more of like a D. But I probably will end up making it flat. So we'll take this 8-foot length and we'll put it down to 72 inches. Again, I'm not sure if that's a perfect number. I'm going to start with one bow, and then we can, from there I can get my hands on more of this types of boards. And if at least if I get a workable bow, I'll consider ordering an actual dried stave from, let's say, Osage Orange or something like that we can try our hands at again afterwards. That way. like I said, this is my first attempt. So it's a sport that really does interest me a lot, and the craftsmanship of like the idea of making something, making this type of item by completely by hand with hand tools. So I'm going to be using my draw knives and hand saw, whatever. I'll try to limit. I should be able to completely limit the hand tools in there. We'll either shape it with with the draw knife, axe, whatever seems logical at the time. So let's start by cutting this to length. I did see another suggestion in an article to actually make a miniaturized bow to practice with, so at least you spend less time and an effort on your first time. It seems like a pretty good suggestion. We'll see. Maybe I'll have enough from this to make another bow. They were saying about 18 inches. Let's see from this 72. So what I have left here is actually 24 inches, so I'm wondering, should we try to make a mini bow with this 2 foot length? That'd be pretty funny. Miniaturized bow. Why not? Try to make some mini arrows afterwards. Okay, so looking at this, we have, I'm not sure if that's clear, yeah, there we go. So we have our growth rings through the diagonal here, same direction here. If we look along the length, we're seeing, basically I just have to draw. Yeah, I think I'm just going to start taking some off, and I'll see as I go. I think somewhere in the middle here we'd have plenty of room. Here. Wait, vad var det där? Well, here's what it ended up being, and I mean, it's that kind of worries me that it's already taking a shape, that it's already tapering down, but we're seeing that it's bending pretty nicely. I mean, and this is just a mock-up. So in the real one, I know that I would this would be a lot thinner and smaller. Like the handhold, I mean, proportionately would be about 2 inches, and this thing's tapering all the way out here. So this here would have to be taken in a lot. This one would have to be smaller too. The taper here is not perfect either for both ends. So, but I'm seeing at least one. What did this teach me? So this is basically the whole point of doing a mini bow, is you have to, it'll give you the chance to learn a bit before doing the actual project. So if you want to screw up, like I pulled a bit too hard on the inside sanding, and look, see, I cracked it from the inside. The outside is still fine, but so okay, so what did I learn? One, I learned that I'm going to have to make this bow quite slim, which is exactly what I wanted, because of how stiff, like right here, you can't bend this at all. It's super strong wood. Hickory is one of the strongest woods. So like here though, it's nice and bendy, so it does have a nice flex to it. So I'll see how it goes on the larger one. So I'm imagining I'm going to be this shaft's going to be quite thin to have the flex that we need. The other thing that I learned, well, I really wish that I had a scroll saw. That's for sure that I because I didn't know, as I was doing this, I didn't know how small this would have to be in order to be a bow. So I started with this huge block on both sides, and I had to take off like an enormous amount of wood. I felt like I was making a toothpick out of a 2x4. So a lot of muscle work just to get this down to this. So in reality, if I would have known this in advance, or especially if I would have had a scroll saw, I would have been able to do 4 mini bows in that one block of wood. So that would have been good too. Could have had four tries. Not that I would have done 4, but I could have done. I think if I would have had the wood for it, I probably would have done a second one, just to try to get it even try to get closer to the end result. But I mean, it still gives me an idea of the amount of tension on the wood and the somewhat form factor. So, and this is the type of model that I want to go at the end. Just a stiff, I think it's called a stiff handle. Like but there's no, a stiff handle, because it's thicker than the rest. The other option that I could do too is just no handle. It's just you taper towards the middle and then taper out towards the ends. That could be neat too. So I guess we'll see. I'm gonna take what I learned about this small project. I'll kind of go over my notes again, over the books and the chapters, and Zach's working on his bow too. Tu fais du sablage? Ouais. It's neat. It's neat here. When the kids see me doing something, like he was seeing me just sand with the bow, he instantly just puts it, as soon as I'm done, he puts in a piece of wood into the clamp, tightens it up, and I start sanding with this. So it's neat to have them watch me while I'm doing different things. They absorb everything. So it'll be by the time they're 10, they'll be apprentice craftsmen themselves. Yeah, so sorry. It was a good experience. I'm actually gonna post. I wasn't expecting to post kind of a mini bow series, or not that it's a series, it's one episode, but it was a good idea from an article that I read to just kind of do a miniature one to give you a bit of experience. And so I'll give it a shot with the full product, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I see how technical and how easy it is to screw up. I'll be a bit more careful this time, because I was removing wood like really fast. So it gives me a bit of experience anyways. And even if I screw up on this particular hickory stave, I'll post it anyways as attempt number 1. You know, like, so it's fine. It's a learning process, and all my screw ups hopefully will show other people how to that have never tried it either, and we'll learn it together. So anyways, until I'll probably start that sometime this week. So look for the next bow video by probably next weekend. All right, bye.